Close your eyes now, or keep them softly open. It does not matter. What matters is that you are here. This is not content meant to be consumed by the thinking mind. This is not information to be analyzed, debated, or even fully understood. This is something far more ancient, far more powerful. You have stumbled upon something that was hidden for a reason, not because it was forbidden in the way you might imagine, locked away by gatekeepers or suppressed by institutions. No, it was hidden because most of humanity was not ready for it. Most people were too attached to struggle, too identified with effort, too convinced that transformation requires pain and time and relentless work. But you are different. Something within you recognized the frequency of these words before you even clicked. Something deeper than curiosity. A knowing, a remembering of a truth that your soul has carried across lifetimes, and that knowing brought you here to this moment to discover what the ancients called the Viridian method, viridian from the old tongue, meaning the greening, the spontaneous blossoming, the transformation that happens not through force, but through receptivity. For thousands of years, mystics and initiates have understood a secret that modern science is only now beginning to glimpse. Your conscious mind is not where change happens. Your conscious mind, with all its goals and affirmations and vision boards, is the tip of the iceberg. Beneath it lies the vast, infinite power of your subconscious. And when you learn to speak its language, when you learn to plant seeds in the fertile soil of sleep, transformation becomes not just possible, but inevitable. This is what the Viridian Chronicles contain, not rules, not steps, but a transmission, a frequency, an activation that works while you rest, while you dream, while your conscious defenses dissolve, and your true nature becomes malleable, open, ready to be reshaped. You do not need to try. In fact, trying will only slow the process. All you need to do is listen. Allow these words to wash over you. Let them seep into the cracks and crevices of your awareness. And tonight, as you sleep, they will continue their work, rewiring, recalibrating, returning you to the truth of who you have always been beneath the layers of conditioning and fear. The ancient keepers of this wisdom knew the most profound alchemy happens in darkness, in stillness, in surrender. So surrender now. Let go of the need to control or comprehend. You are being changed, even as these words move through you, and by morning you will not be the same. Let us begin the chronicle. Chapter 1. The Hidden Gate. Why transformation happens while you sleep. There is a gateway that opens only in the dark, not the darkness of fear or ignorance, but the darkness of deep rest, of surrender, of the space between waking and dreaming, where your conscious mind finally stops guarding the door. The ancients called this gateway by many names: the threshold, the veil, the hypnagogic bridge, and they understood something that modern culture has forgotten in its obsession with productivity and conscious effort. The subconscious is where reality is authored. Think about it. How much of your day-to-day life is actually run by your conscious mind? 5%, perhaps 10%. The rest, your heartbeat, your breath, your digestion, your immune system, the neural pathways that determine your reactions, your beliefs, your habits. All of this is governed by the vast intelligence of the subconscious. You are not a mind controlling a body. You are consciousness moving through a body that is already infinitely intelligent, already orchestrating miracles every single second. And here, is the secret the Viridian Chronicles reveal. Your subconscious does not distinguish between reality and imagination. It does not argue. It does not doubt. It simply accepts and executes. When you tell yourself consciously, "I am abundant," but your subconscious holds the belief, "I am not enough," which program do you think is running? Which signal is the universe receiving more clearly? The conscious mind is the whisper. The subconscious is the thundering broadcast that shapes your reality. This is why affirmations alone often fail. This is why people visualize and meditate and journal and still feel stuck. Because they are trying to overwrite a program that runs 24 hours a day with a few minutes of conscious intention. It is like trying to redirect a river with a teaspoon. But sleep is different. When you sleep, the critical factor of the conscious mind dissolves. The gatekeeper steps aside. The subconscious becomes open, receptive, vulnerable in the most sacred way. And this is when true change can be imprinted. The Viridian method is not about working harder during the day. It is about working smarter at night. It is about learning to speak directly to the part of you that is actually in control. And when you do, transformation stops being a battle and becomes a blossoming. Have you ever noticed how children learn languages effortlessly? How they absorb information, personalities, beliefs without trying? This is because their conscious filters are not yet fully formed. Their subconscious is wide open, drinking in everything. You can return to that state, not by becoming childish, but by becoming receptive, by allowing yourself to be reprogrammed while you rest. Think of your mind as a garden. During the day, you walk through it, pulling weeds, planting seeds, tending what you can see. But at night, when you're not watching, the real magic happens. The roots deepen. The seeds germinate. The transformation occurs beneath the surface, in the dark, in the soil of your subconscious. The Viridian Chronicles are designed to plant those seeds. Not with force, not with effort, but with precision, with frequency, with language that bypasses the skeptical mind and speaks directly to the fertile ground of your deepest programming. Breathe now. Notice how your body knows exactly how to breathe without you thinking about it. Notice how your heart beats, your blood flows, your cells regenerate, all without conscious effort. This is the intelligence you're learning to partner with. This is the power that, once aligned with your desires, makes the impossible inevitable. And tonight, as you sleep, this power will be activated, not by doing, but by allowing, not by controlling, but by trusting. The hidden gate is opening, and you are walking through it, whether you realize it or not. This is the first secret of the Viridian method. Transformation is not a battle to be won. It is a garden to be tended, and the richest tending happens in the darkness of sleep, where miracles grow unseen. Welcome to the greening. Welcome to the effortless unfolding of your true potential. You are already changing. You can feel it, can't you? Good. We continue. Chapter 2. The Emerald Frequency, Aligning with the Vibration of Transformation. Everything is vibration. You know this already, somewhere deep. The chair you sit on, the air you breathe, the thoughts moving through your mind right now. All of it, every particle, every wave, every moment, is frequency in motion. The ancient alchemists spoke of the emerald tablet, the legendary text that contained the secrets of transmutation. As above, so below, it proclaimed, As within, so without. But beneath these poetic phrases was a literal truth. Change your inner frequency, and your outer reality has no choice but to shift. This is the emerald frequency, the vibration of transformation itself. And it is the hidden language of the Viridian Chronicles. Imagine for a moment that your entire being, body, mind, emotions, energy, is like a radio. Right now, you are tuned to a specific station. That station plays the soundtrack of your current life, your current beliefs, your current limitations. And as long as you remain tuned to that frequency, you will keep experiencing the same patterns, the same struggles, the same ceiling on what is possible. But what if you could change the station? Not by forcing it, not by white-knuckling your way through affirmations that feel hollow, but by allowing your frequency to naturally recalibrate while you sleep, by letting the emerald frequency reprogram your energetic signature at the deepest level. This is not wishful thinking. This is quantum physics meeting ancient mysticism. Your body is an electromagnetic field. Your thoughts emit measurable frequencies. Your emotions create coherent or incoherent patterns in your heart's electromagnetic output. You are, quite literally, a broadcasting system, and the universe responds to the signal you emit. When you are vibrating at the frequency of lack, of I don't have enough, I'm not enough, it's too hard, you magnetize experiences that mirror that vibration, not as punishment, but as resonance, like attracts like. This is law. But when you align with the emerald frequency, the frequency of abundance, ease, worthiness, transformation, everything shifts, opportunities appear, people show up, resources flow, not because you worked harder, but because you resonated differently. The Viridian method works by immersing you in this frequency while your defenses are down. While you sleep, these words, this transmission, continues to vibrate through your cells. Your subconscious absorbs it. Your energy field recalibrates. And you wake transformed, often without knowing exactly what changed, only that something fundamental has shifted. Have you ever woken up with a solution to a problem you couldn't solve the day before? Have you ever had a dream that changed your perspective on something? This is your subconscious working while you rest. This is the power you are learning to harness consciously now. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe deeply. And imagine a soft emerald light beginning to glow at the center of your chest. It is warm, gentle, alive. With each breath, it expands. It moves through your body into every cell, every atom, every space between spaces. This is not imagination. This is activation. You are tuning to the emerald frequency now, and as you do, old frequencies begin to dissolve. Fear, doubt, the belief that transformation must be hard, all of it, releasing, melting, making space for something new. The ancient texts speak of vibrational alchemy, the transmutation of heavy, dense energy into light, radiant energy, lead into gold. But they were not talking about metal. They were talking about you, your heavy beliefs, your dense patterns, your old stories. All of it can be transmuted. And the fastest way is through the subconscious, through sleep. Through the emerald frequency. Notice how you feel right now. Are you more relaxed than when you began? Is there a softness in your body, a quieting in your mind? This is the frequency doing its work. You are already different than you were 5 minutes ago. And tonight, As you sleep, the transformation accelerates. The emerald frequency will continue to play beneath your dreams, beneath your awareness, in the fertile ground where new realities take root. You do not need to understand how it works. A seed does not need to understand photosynthesis to grow toward the light. It simply responds. And so do you. The vibration is shifting. The station is changing. And tomorrow when you wake, you will be tuned to a reality you could not access before. This is not magic in the sense of fantasy. This is magic in the sense of natural law. Finally understood and applied. You are the alchemist. Your sleep is the laboratory. And the emerald frequency is the philosopher's stone that transforms everything it touches. Breathe it in. Let it saturate you. Trust the process. The greening has begun. Chapter 3. The rewriting, overwriting, old programs with new truth. You are not who you think you are, not because you're less than you imagine, but because you are infinitely more. Beneath the layers of programming, beneath the stories you have told yourself, beneath the identity you have constructed to survive in a world that often felt unsafe, beneath all of that is the truth. You are pure potential, limitless consciousness, a being of light, temporarily experiencing limitation so that you might remember expansion. But the programs are strong. From the moment you were born, you have been absorbing beliefs from parents who meant well but carried their own wounds, from teachers who repeated what they were taught without questioning, from a culture that profits from your feeling inadequate, unworthy, always one purchase away from wholeness. These programs run deep. They operate in the shadows of your subconscious, writing the script of your life without your conscious permission. And until you learn to access that subconscious layer, until you learn to rewrite the code, you will keep living the same loops, wondering why change feels so hard. But the Viridian Chronicles offer another way. Every night as you sleep, your brain moves through cycles, beta, alpha, theta, delta, and it is in the theta state, the state of deep meditation, of REM sleep, of hypnagogic twilight, that the subconscious becomes most accessible, most malleable, most open to rewriting. This is when the old programs can be gently overwritten, not through force, not through shaming yourself for having limiting beliefs, but through repetition, through frequency, through the patient, persistent whisper of new truth. Imagine your mind as a vinyl record. The grooves are deep. The needle follows the same paths over and over, playing the same song. I am not enough. I am behind. I am broken. Success is for others. Love is dangerous. Money is scarce. This song has played so many times that you don't even hear it anymore. It is background noise, the soundtrack of your life, and your reality mirrors it perfectly. But tonight, as you sleep, a new recording begins. A new groove is carved. I am whole. I am aligned. I am worthy of all I desire. Transformation is natural to me. I am supported by the universe. Abundance flows effortlessly. At first, the old grooves are deeper. The needle wants to slip back into familiar patterns. But with each night, with each cycle of theta sleep, with each immersion in this transmission, the new grooves deepen. The new song becomes louder, and eventually, without you even noticing, the old song stops playing altogether. This is the rewriting. This is the power of the Viridian method. You are not trying to convince yourself of something that feels false. You are not forcing positivity over pain. You are simply, gently, persistently planting new seeds in the only soil where they can truly take root, the subconscious. Think of the beliefs you carry that you never consciously chose. Did you decide to believe you were not enough? Or did that belief seep in from 1,000 small moments? A parent's distracted dismissal, a teacher's impatient correction, a peer's careless comment. You absorbed it without consent, without awareness, and it became part of your programming. If beliefs can be installed without your permission, they can be uninstalled the same way, but this time you are choosing. You are the programmer now, and the code you are writing is one of empowerment, abundance, ease, and transformation. Every word you hear tonight is a command to your subconscious, not a suggestion, a command. Because your subconscious does not argue, it does not resist, it simply accepts and executes. And so, as you rest, as you release conscious control, the rewriting accelerates. Neural pathways are pruned. New pathways are formed. The architecture of your mind is being redesigned to support the life you are here to live. You might not feel it happening. You might wake up and think nothing has changed. But watch. Watch how differently you respond to situations that used to trigger you. Watch how opportunities begin to appear where you only saw obstacles. Watch how your energy shifts, your confidence grows, your reality bends toward your desires. This is not delusion. This is deliberate creation at the subconscious level. Breathe now, and with each exhale, let go of an old story. I am too old. Exhale. I missed my chance. Exhale. I don't deserve it. Exhale. And with each inhale, breathe in the new truth. I am timeless. Inhale. Perfect timing is now. Inhale. I am worthy simply because I exist. Inhale. You are rewriting yourself in real time, and tonight, while you sleep, the work continues, effortlessly, inevitably. The old programs served you once. They kept you safe, but you have outgrown them, and now, with compassion for the person you had to be to survive, you can release them. The rewriting is underway. The new code is installing, and tomorrow you wake as someone freer, lighter, more aligned with the truth of your infinite nature. This is the power hidden in the Viridian Chronicles. This is the transformation that happens not through striving, but through receiving. Let it happen. Trust the process. You are being remade. Chapter 4. The effortless unfolding, allowing transformation without force. Here is a truth that will set you free. You cannot force a flower to bloom. You can plant the seed. You can water the soil. You can ensure it receives light. But the blooming itself, that is an act of surrender. The flower does not try to open. It simply allows the intelligence within to express itself when the conditions are right. You are no different. For so long you have been told that change requires grinding effort, that if you are not exhausted, you're not working hard enough. That transformation must be earned through struggle, discipline, and relentless pushing. But this is the doctrine of a world that fears your power. Because when you realize that transformation can be effortless, that you can change overnight simply by aligning with the truth of your nature, you become ungovernable, uncontrollable, free. The Viridian method is the path of the effortless unfolding, not effortless in the sense of lazy, but effortless in the sense of natural. The way a river flows downhill, the way a tree grows toward light, the way your body heals a wound without you instructing it, step by step. There is an intelligence within you that already knows how to transform. It has done it before, from single cell to fully formed human, from infant to child to adult. You have never stopped transforming. You have only forgotten how to trust the process. And that trust is what we are restoring now. Think about how hard you have been working, how much energy you have poured into trying to change, how many books, courses, workshops, therapies you have tried. Not because they were wrong, but because you are approaching transformation as a problem to solve rather than a process to allow. What if you stopped trying, not stopped caring, not stopped desiring, but stopped trying in the way that exhausts you? What if, instead, you simply aligned with the frequency of your desired reality, the emerald frequency, and then let the universe handle the how and when? What if transformation could be as natural as breathing? This is the teaching hidden in every mystical tradition. Wu Wei, the Taoists called it, effortless action, the art of doing by not doing, not passivity, but alignment so total that action becomes inevitable and effortless. Jesus said, "Consider the lilies of the field. They neither toil nor spin, yet Solomon, in all his glory, was not arrayed like one of these." He was not teaching laziness. He was teaching trust. Trust in the intelligence that clothes the lilies, that spins the galaxies, that beats your heart even now without your conscious effort. That same intelligence is orchestrating your transformation right now as you listen, as you sleep tonight. Your job is not to micromanage the process. Your job is to get out of the way. Imagine you're holding a beach ball underwater. It takes effort, constant vigilance. The moment you stop pushing, the ball rises naturally to the surface. This is what happens when you stop forcing, when you stop trying so hard to be someone other than who you are. Your true self, the abundant, joyful, powerful being you came here to be, is like that beach ball. It wants to rise. It is its natural state. But you have been holding it down with effort, with the belief that you must struggle to be worthy, that ease means you are doing it wrong. Let go, just for tonight, just for this moment. Let go of the need to control, to push, to prove. And feel what happens, a lightness, a relief, a sense of, oh, it was always this simple. Yes, it was, it is. The Viridian Chronicles do not ask you to add more effort. They ask you to subtract it, to release the grip, to trust that as you align your subconscious with your desires, through this transmission, through sleep, through receptivity, the transformation unfolds on its own. You do not need to know the next step. You do not need to figure out the plan. You simply need to become the frequency of your desire, and reality will rearrange itself to match. This is not bypassing necessary action. When action is needed, it will feel effortless, inspired, obvious. You will not have to force yourself. You will be moved by the same intelligence that moves the planets. Breathe deeply now. And as you exhale, release the burden of trying, of proving, of earning your worthiness through suffering. You are already worthy. You have always been worthy, and transformation is your birthright, not something you must fight for. Tonight, as you sleep, let the effortless unfolding continue. Let your subconscious realign. Let your energy field recalibrate. Let the universe move mountains on your behalf. All you have to do is allow it. This is the secret the ancient ones knew. This is the power hidden in the Viridian method. Transformation is not a battle. It is a blossoming. And you are blooming even now, whether you can see it yet or not. Trust the greening. Trust the unfolding. Trust yourself. It is already happening, and by morning you will be different in ways you cannot yet imagine. Chapter 5. The morning after, waking to your transformed self. And so we arrive here, at the threshold, the space between sleep and waking, between who you were and who you are becoming. When you wake tomorrow morning, you might not feel dramatically different. You might not leap out of bed with fireworks and fanfare. Transformation at the subconscious level is often subtle, quiet, like the way dawn arrives, not with a sudden switch, but with a gradual illumination so gentle you almost don't notice until suddenly everything is bathed in light. But watch closely. Notice the small shifts. Maybe you will wake with a sense of peace you cannot explain. Maybe a situation that felt heavy yesterday will seem lighter, more manageable, almost absurd in its previous power over you. And maybe you will respond to someone differently, not because you decided to, but because the old trigger simply isn't there anymore. This is the evidence of the rewriting. This is the proof that the Viridian method is working within you. But the real transformation, the deepest transformation, is not something you will notice consciously at first. It is happening in the background, in the architecture of your being. Neural pathways are reconfiguring. Energetic signatures are shifting. The frequency you are broadcasting is changing at a fundamental level. And as that frequency changes, your reality begins to mirror it. You will attract different people, different opportunities, different circumstances, not because you are working harder or doing more, but because you have become a match for a different experience. This is the power of overnight transformation, not instant, not magic in the fairy tale sense, but inevitable. Like planting a seed and trusting that even though you cannot see it yet, the roots are deepening, the stem is forming, the bloom is preparing to emerge. The ancients who guarded the Viridian chronicles understood this. They knew that the most profound changes happen beneath the surface, in darkness, in silence, in surrender. You have surrendered tonight. You have allowed this transmission to work within you. And whether you believe it or not, whether you feel it or not, you are changed, not fixed. You were never broken, not improved. You were always whole, but revealed. The layers of false programming are dissolving. The true you, the infinite, abundant, powerful you is emerging, not as something new, but as something remembered. This is what the mystics meant when they spoke of enlightenment. Not a distant achievement, but a simple recognition. You are the light. You have always been the light. You simply forgot while playing the game of forgetting. But the game is ending. The remembering is beginning, and the Viridian Chronicles are the key that unlocks the door you did not even know you had been standing in front of your entire life. So, what do you do now that you know, now that the seed has been planted? You live gently, patiently, trustingly. You do not force the bloom. You do not dig up the seed to check if it is growing. You simply water it with continued alignment, with continued immersion in this frequency, with continued trust that the transformation is unfolding perfectly. You can return to this transmission as often as you need. Let it play as you sleep. Let it rewire you night after night until the new programming is so deeply rooted that the old programs cannot find purchase anymore. This is not a one-time event. This is a return to your natural state. And like any homecoming, it may take time to fully settle in, but you are on the path now. You have crossed the threshold. And every night, as you sleep, you travel deeper into the truth of who you are. Every morning, you wake a little freer, a little lighter, a little more aligned with the reality you were always meant to inhabit. The Viridian Chronicles have spoken. The transmission is complete for tonight. But the work, the effortless, beautiful work, continues in the darkness, in the silence, in the sacred space between worlds, where transformation happens without you needing to witness it. Trust this. Trust yourself. Trust the intelligence that has brought you this far and will carry you the rest of the way home. You are not the same person who began this journey, and you will not be the same person who wakes tomorrow. This is the gift. This is the promise. Transformation is not something you achieve. It is something you allow, and you have allowed it tonight. Welcome to the other side. Welcome to the greening. Welcome to the life that has been waiting for you to remember you are worthy of living it. Let your eyes close now, if they are not already. Let your breath deepen. Let your body soften into whatever surface holds you. You do not need to remember what you have heard. Your subconscious has recorded every word, every frequency, every intention. It is working now, rewriting, recalibrating, transforming. As you drift into sleep tonight, know that you are held, that you are guided, that the intelligence that spins stars and orchestrates the blooming of every flower is tending to you with the same care, the same precision, the same inevitable success. The Viridian Chronicles are no longer words on a page or sounds in the air. They are alive within you. They are the code that is overriding the old, the frequency that is becoming your new baseline, the truth that is dissolving every lie you ever believed about your limitations. Sleep now, deeply, fully, without resistance. And when you wake, you will rise as someone new, someone freer, someone who has finally stopped fighting and started flowering. This is not the end. This is the beginning of the beginning, the first morning of the rest of your life. And it starts tonight, in the darkness, in the silence, in the sacred alchemy of sleep. Go gently, go trustingly. The transformation is already complete. You are simply allowing yourself to realize it. Good night, and good becoming.